Well, welcome back to the Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Media Day, downtown St. Louis Enterprise Center. Glad to be with you. Harry Schroeder, ValleyHoopsInsider.com. That's Ben Jacobson. He's the head coach of the Northern Iowa Panthers. And Jake, you guys have everybody back, and you got Nate back, and you picked up Hudson and some other guys. You have to feel good about this season.
Well, we do, and we had to feel like we had a nice summer. Had an opportunity to go to Brazil and take that trip, spend some time together, which is always important. It seems like those trips have a way of paying off for you. And it's been a good start to practice. It's been a good 6 weeks. We do. You can feel that we're older, right? We are, but you can feel it when we're in the gym, and that's been good.
Before we started, I mentioned Bowen and Titan. They were just really fun to talk to, and but they're special guys, aren't they? I mean, just off the floor, they're just special guys. You can tell the quality of what's going on inside of them.
Yeah, they're very thoughtful about what they're doing. They do a great job in terms of their leadership. They do a great job of getting in and setting the example in terms of their actions. Right, they're in the gym working on their game. I think this morning I saw it again. We see them and maybe get used to them a little bit, Harry, right? Because we're around them all the time, and they are tremendous. Those two guys are tremendous young guys, and we've got a lot of guys in that same way on our in our program right now. But seeing them this morning when we went out to the elementary school, and all the guys were doing great. I was paying more attention to Titan and Bowen, of course, but all the guys that were out there were doing a great job, and seeing them sitting down and going through some kind of worksheet homework with some third graders, and the way in which they talked with them and the things that they were talking about and the interaction, it just makes you really proud to have those, have Titan and Bowen on our team.
When you guys signed Hudson, I thought, like, that's a no-brainer. Like, that's like perfect. And just talk about what he's going to bring to your team.
Yeah, we recruited him the first time around, and it came down to us in Loyola. And so we, of course, through the recruiting process, got to know him, got to know his family. And so when it came up, we had a need with where Fife was at. We knew that Cole was going to be back, and he's got some experience. That James Betts, Derek Krogman, two of our other bigs, James started for us. Their plan at that time was to graduate and be done. So we knew we had a need there, and the hope is that you can find somebody who's got enough size. Fife, of course, his impact with having that bigger body and just being a little bit bigger to handle himself, so you can defend the post one-on-one. You can throw it in down there when you need a basket where he's going to, you got to double him. He's going to get a good shot, or he's going to get fouled. Just some of that on both ends. We missed that last year, and Jacob brings, he brings a lot of those things to the table, and then he really fits, into what we were just talking about in your previous question. He really fits. Very thoughtful, great communicator, brings some leadership to the team. So he's a great fit, and he's off to a good start.
So you get Nate back. You've got all those guys back from a year ago. How do you get everybody in the game?
Yeah, I mean we're just getting into those conversations this week about where we're at right now, and we've got a scrimmage coming up on Saturday with Wisconsin, exhibition game November 1st, and then our opener is November 7th at North Texas. So we've got kind of a 3-week stretch here. So we're having those conversations this week about where the depth chart is today. And there's still 3 weeks that there can be some movement in that. And as you're having those conversations, and we'll sit down with the team and talk big picture with them. In order to do this and give yourself the best chance, in experience, you play, not with every season, not with every team, but with most teams, having some depth matters. Right, it just does. It's hard. We had a team in 2016 that, Wes, Bo, Jeremy, Paul, like, they played a lot, and Wyatt was coming off the bench, and Bennett Cook and Clint Carlson, and that was really about it. But and there's been a couple others, but for the most part, you got to have some depth, and the better that depth, quality depth matters. So we feel like we've got a really good roster. And we're looking forward to that being something that can be a real positive for us, as opposed to that be something that can go the other way, right? So we think it's going to be a real positive for us.
You brought in Hudson, but you have been pretty adamant about continuing to add the high school players. Like even like last year, Duax and Wolf were redshirt guys that came and then sat and then came and played. And you've got some outstanding freshmen coming in again this year. I think you and Belmont maybe are the two teams that are most high school oriented in terms of your recruiting. Is that a philosophy you're trying to hold on to, or is it situational?
No, we're working hard to hold on to it. And so freshmen right now for us: Wes Rubin, RJ Taylor, and Kyle Polk. 3 guys that we feel like are really, really good players. And we've got 2 commitments that we're going to sign here in November that are high school players. So Harry, we're working hard to maintain it the best way we can.
Upstream, you know that.
Without any question, without any question. And we really believe in our guys. And everybody, this past spring, everybody stayed and stuck together, and they're excited about what we have. They feel like we have an opportunity to do some fun things this year, but we really believe in our guys. And RJ, Wes, Kyle, as freshmen, are guys that we love. The 2 guys we're going to sign are guys that we feel like are great fits. So we're going to keep, as you said, we're going to keep swimming upstream here, and but we believe we can get it done this way.
Appreciate your time. Best
Okay.
This year. Yep, appreciate it. It's Ben Jacobson. He's the head coach of the Northern Iowa Panthers. They're going to be really good this year. We'll be back in a minute with some of the UIC players and right here at the Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Media Day in downtown St. Louis. Thanks.